The Eagles faced a pivotal moment recently, a game that could have swung entirely in their favor, but unfortunately, it did not. Watching them against Chicago, it was clear that the team executed some plays as expected, yet the opportunities to seal the victory slipped away. The conversation among fans has already sparked debates, especially around Tanner McKee, with some suggesting he could be the starter moving forward. My take has always been that the players themselves, Tanner, Jalen Hurts, and the rest of the offense, aren't the real issue. The core problem lies with the coaching staff, and this was visible in several key moments. Take, for instance, a crucial 3rd and 2 scenario. Tanner McKee had the chance to run the ball, green field ahead, but chose instead to throw an incompletion to Darius Cooper. That decision not only resulted in a missed opportunity for a first down, but also exposed a lack of creativity and adaptability in play calling. On the other hand, watching Jalen Hurts extend plays, make those instinctual decisions, it becomes evident how certain players can elevate an entire offense when given freedom, yet the coaching strategies sometimes seem to restrict that natural talent. Despite the frustrations, there were positives throughout the game that deserve acknowledgement. The offensive line showed flashes of promise, particularly with Drew Kendall and Cam Jurgens. Kendall, stepping up as a rookie, displayed remarkable awareness and poise against the starting defensive line, while Cam Williams, as a rookie right tackle, performed competently, showing adaptability in his new role. Fred Johnson also proved his versatility on the left tackle position, performing better than expected. While there were moments of pressure on the quarterback, much of it stemmed from predictable play calling rather than outright deficiencies in the offensive line. This highlights that the personnel have the tools, but the strategic implementation often falls short. Observing the rookie development, the contrast between Kendall and Jurgens was stark, revealing how critical player utilization and coaching adjustments are in shaping the overall effectiveness of the offense. Turning attention to the skill positions, the contributions of Darius Cooper, JIHAAD Dawson, and other key players like Grant Sun stood out at times. While some fans were quick to assign blame for interceptions or mistakes, it's essential to distinguish between player errors and systemic issues. For instance, Darius Cooper was wrongly criticized for a play that was ultimately a misread by Tanner McKee. McKee, while capable in certain backup roles, made decisions that cost the team crucial yardage, showing that while he can step in and manage games, he is far from the solution as a starter. Evaluating McKee's performance objectively, he completed 21 out of 40 passes for over 200 yards, throwing a touchdown and a couple of interceptions. He is, in short, a competent backup capable of stepping in temporarily, but not a long-term starting quarterback for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Comparisons to other teams reveal that while he could start in select situations, the Eagles' main asset lies in Hurts' dynamic abilities and the potential for creativity under pressure, which the current coaching staff has sometimes limited. The offensive approach during the game highlighted this coaching issue. There were moments, especially in the fourth quarter, where decisions seemed baffling. For example, relying heavily on passing when a backup quarterback was in, instead of leveraging a strong running game with Tank Bigsby, limited scoring opportunities. The situational awareness and adaptability in those final moments were lacking, with critical plays called in ways that stifled offensive momentum. Fourth and short scenarios were treated predictably, with go balls thrown to primary receivers rather than exploiting mismatches or using misdirection. The creativity that can differentiate a good offense from a great one was noticeably absent, raising concerns about play calling heading into high-stakes playoff scenarios. On the defensive side, there were strong individual performances, but also alarming lapses. Linebackers like Trotter Jr. displayed potential to start in half the league, showing awareness and tackling proficiency. However, the depth chart competition meant that some highly capable players remained underutilized. The defensive line had moments of dominance, but also showed signs of conditioning issues, with players like Ty Robinson appearing sluggish late in the game. The cornerbacks, particularly Jory and Bennett, struggled with positioning and penalties, contributing to big plays for the opposition. Watching Key Ringo's positioning on a touchdown, turning his back at a critical moment, illustrated lapses in focus and discipline. The outside corner's inconsistent performance reinforced the decision to rest starters earlier in the season, as risks of injury or blown coverage could have long-term consequences. Amid these critiques, optimism remains for the Eagles as they enter the postseason. Jason Kelce's confidence in the team is reflective of the belief that, despite offensive inconsistencies, the talent and experience across the roster can carry them deep into the playoffs. Hurts' unique ability to create explosive plays, coupled with a generationally strong defense, positions Philadelphia as a formidable contender. The team's stars, Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, are capable of changing the outcome of games independently, particularly when the coaching staff adapts and allows the offense to flow naturally. The recent performance serves as both a cautionary tale about play calling and a reminder of the raw potential within the roster when executed correctly. Looking ahead, matchups against teams like the San Francisco 49ers bring both excitement and strategic challenges. Reports suggest that opponents may approach games against Philadelphia with a level of caution, acknowledging the Eagles' physicality and skill. This perceived intimidation factor, however, will be tested in the postseason where execution, discipline, and adaptability determine outcomes. While the offensive play calling must improve, the foundational talent on the roster allows for optimism, especially with key players returning to full health and a running game that can be better integrated into situational strategies. Fans can expect more aggressive and improvisational plays from Hurts, who has proven capable of making decisive moves under pressure. The combination of elite skill positions, strategic defensive adjustments, and the right approach to utilizing backups in critical moments will define how far the Eagles can go. At the core, the narrative emerging from this period is one of untapped potential and a need for sharper coaching decisions. The players have shown flashes of brilliance that hint at championship-level performance, yet the execution often falters due to predictable strategies or overly cautious play calls. The key takeaway is that while the quarterback debate generates noise, the real focus should be on how the staff manages situations, utilizes talent, and makes adjustments under pressure. The Eagles' ability to harness the creativity of their stars, combined with a defense capable of controlling games, positions them uniquely for postseason success. The challenge remains to translate individual talent into collective victory through smart, adaptable, and courageous coaching. As the Eagles prepare for the playoffs, the focus naturally shifts toward fine-tuning the offense and building confidence in high-pressure moments. The talent is undeniably present across the roster, but the ability to execute consistently has been the difference between wins and close losses. Jalen Hurts remains the centerpiece of the offense, and his ability to improvise in critical situations has already been a defining factor in the team's success. When given freedom to extend plays, read defenses, and make split-second decisions, Hurts consistently demonstrates why he is among the league's elite dual-threat quarterbacks. Yet, the balance between letting him operate instinctively and adhering to scripted plays has been a delicate tightrope for the coaching staff. Mismanagement in key moments has at times undermined the offense's potential, leaving fans frustrated with predictable calls that fail to capitalize on the team's strengths. This contrast between player ability and coaching limitations is perhaps the most significant storyline entering the postseason. Despite these frustrations, there are multiple bright spots that cannot be overlooked. The offensive line, though occasionally pressured by defensive fronts, showed cohesion in crucial moments, particularly when protecting Hurts for extended plays. Drew Kendall's rookie performance highlighted the value of depth and adaptability along the line. His ability to read blitzes, adjust protections, and execute blocks effectively has created a new layer of reliability. Meanwhile, Cam Jurgens, though historically inconsistent, demonstrated moments of technical competence that suggest potential for improvement. These contributions, combined with the versatility of Fred Johnson and other linemen, provide a foundation upon which the Eagles can build a more dynamic and resilient offense. When properly coordinated, the line has the capacity to not only protect the quarterback, but also open lanes for the running game, an area that must be emphasized moving forward. Speaking of the running game, Tank Bigsby has emerged as a reliable weapon capable of controlling tempo and sustaining drives. In previous matchups, underutilization of his skill set limited offensive diversity and predictability. Play calling that overly favored passing with a backup quarterback exposed a lack of situational awareness, especially late in games. A more balanced approach, mixing runs with strategic passes, would reduce pressure on the quarterback, create manageable third downs, and maintain momentum. In playoff settings, controlling possession and the clock becomes even more critical, and integrating Bigsby effectively could be a determining factor in tight contests. It is no exaggeration to say that the running game, when leveraged correctly, can complement Hurts' improvisational talent and provide a more sustainable path to scoring. Turning attention to the defense, Philadelphia's unit continues to be a major reason for optimism. The linebacker core, led by emerging talents like Schroeder Jr., offers both coverage skills and run-stopping capability. While depth remains an issue behind the starters, the players on the field have demonstrated an ability to adapt and read opposing offenses with precision. The defensive line, including veterans and young talent, has shown flashes of dominance, pressuring quarterbacks and controlling gaps effectively. There are conditioning concerns, particularly with players like Ty Robinson, who appeared fatigued late in the game. But with proper preparation, the defensive front has the tools to disrupt high-powered offenses. The secondary, however, remains a point of vulnerability. Cornerbacks and safeties have had inconsistent performances, with critical penalties and missed assignments impacting outcomes. Ensuring that these lapses are minimized will be essential, especially in the playoffs where precision and discipline are paramount. Special teams and situational execution also cannot be overlooked. Key moments in recent games have highlighted both the potential and the risks associated with special teams plays, from field position to coverage breakdowns. Philadelphia's ability to maintain composure and capitalize on these moments can swing momentum in critical playoff matchups. Attention to detail in practice, film study, and in-game adjustments will play a significant role in converting talent into tangible results. The team's stars, while capable of producing spectacular plays, are most effective when the supporting cast, including offensive line, defense, and special teams, execute at a consistently high level. Looking forward, the matchup against the San Francisco 49ers has generated considerable intrigue. Analysts and fans alike are speculating on the psychological edge, suggesting that the 49ers may approach Philadelphia with a level of caution, acknowledging the Eagles' size, speed, and skill at multiple positions. This perceived intimidation, however, is secondary to actual execution on the field. The Eagles' challenge is to exploit mismatches, maintain adaptability, and sustain aggression throughout the game. With Hurts leading the offense, supported by playmakers like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, the potential for explosive scoring drives is high, but only if coaching adjustments are made to capitalize on the team's strengths. The interplay between talent, strategy, and situational awareness will determine the outcome, highlighting the importance of creativity in offensive calls, flexibility in defensive schemes, and precision across all phases of the game. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling around the Philadelphia Eagles locker room after a startling incident involving JIHAAD Campbell, who was spotted arriving at practice with a visible bruise on his face. Sources close to the team claim the young defensive star exploded during a heated confrontation, leaving teammates and coaching staff in shock. While the origins of the altercation remain unclear, whispers suggest it may have been sparked by mounting frustration over team dynamics, on-field tensions, or personal issues. Campbell, usually known for his composed demeanor, appeared visibly agitated, fueling speculation that this is more than just a minor spat. The Eagles, already under the microscope after a rocky start to the season, now face questions about locker room chemistry. Observers note that incidents like this can have ripple effects, potentially affecting morale, focus, and performance. The team's management has remained tight-lipped, neither confirming nor denying the circumstances behind Campbell's injury or his emotional outburst, which has only intensified the rumor mill. Fans on social media have been quick to speculate, some blaming rival players, others pointing to internal disagreements or even training-related mishaps. Campbell's reputation as a rising defensive talent makes this episode all the more surprising. Analysts point out that players in high-stress positions often shoulder immense pressure and a public display of frustration, especially one captured visually with a bruise, can amplify scrutiny from media and supporters alike. The situation has raised eyebrows among NFL insiders, some suggesting that unresolved tensions in the locker room may be surfacing in uncharacteristic ways. Questions now abound. Was this a one-time lapse in judgment or a symptom of deeper unrest within the Eagles' ranks? Will management intervene to address the apparent friction, or is this a moment the team will try to quietly move past? Regardless of the underlying cause, one thing is certain. JIHAAD Campbell's appearance has sparked conversation far beyond the practice field. As rumors continue to circulate, fans and commentators alike are watching closely, anticipating whether this incident will lead to internal changes or become a defining moment in the team's season. With tensions simmering, the Eagles' locker room drama may become a story as compelling as the games themselves. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.